Hello and welcome to The Public Good. This is Sam Magavern from the Partnership for the Public Good, or PPG, which unites 284 community organizations working to build a better Buffalo. Delighted to join you every Tuesday at 1 p.m. on Facebook Live, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Power 96.5 FM and Mix 1080 AM. Today we'll be joined by Open Buffalo emerging leader and entrepreneur Kenyana David. She'll be talking about her own business, 81Eighteen, a Buffalo-based strategy consultancy, but we'll also be talking more generally about entrepreneurship in Buffalo, particularly for women-owned businesses, and about Open Buffalo's Emerging Leaders Program. Don't forget to follow PPG on Facebook and Twitter, and of course you can always get great information on our website, ppgbuffalo.org. The Public Good is sponsored in part by Univera Healthcare, real people who really care. You can watch videos from The Public Good, including our 3-minute highlight videos, on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. A few quick announcements for you before we get started with Kenyana. The New York Immigration Coalition is hiring for a manager of community engagement in Western New York. You can visit their website, nyc.org, to find out more about that opportunity. And this Monday, we've got our amazing Shakespearean Idol event coming up at the Buffalo History Museum at 7 p.m. Local leaders will compete for the prize before all-star judges from Buffalo's theater scene. We're very excited. We have award-winning actor Stephen McKinley Henderson, who appeared in such Hollywood blockbusters as Lincoln and Lady Bird. He will be one of our judges, along with Paulette Harris from Paul Robeson Theater, Vincent O'Neill from Irish Classical, and local playwright Annette Daniels-Taylor. There are 4 judges, and we have wonderful contestants. April Baskin, county legislator, is going to be one of our contestants this year. Our friend Alex Wright from the African Heritage Food Co-op will be reciting, I believe, from King Henry V. So they recite Shakespeare, the judges judge them, and then you, the audience, get to crown this year's Shakespearean Idol. It's all a fundraiser for PPG that helps us do our work throughout the year. So we hope that you can join us this coming Monday at 7 p.m. at the Buffalo History Museum for Shakespearean Idol. You can check out our website, and we invite you to sponsor your favorite contestant and make a contribution that way. So hope you can be part of that. Also want to let you know that our friends at Code for Buffalo will be having their monthly Civic Innovation Night. That will be this Thursday, November 29th at 6 p.m. It's an event where the community joins together over food to discuss community project work and best practices of technology and design to help address Buffalo's most pressing issues. Everyone is welcome. That is at PPG's offices at 617 Main. Check out the Code for Buffalo Facebook page. And tomorrow night, we want to invite you to join us for a very important event on voting rights. That will be tomorrow, Wednesday, at Westminster Presbyterian Church at 7 p.m. We have Susan Lerner. She's the executive director of Common Cause New York, one of the state's foremost good government groups, and very active in the Let New York Vote campaign. She'll be visiting Buffalo tomorrow, 7 p.m., Westminster Church, for a free public event about how to expand voting rights. There's a great opportunity this year. There's support in the New York State Legislature for things like early voting and automatic voter registration that will make it easier to vote in New York State. So learn about that with us tomorrow, 7 p.m., Westminster Church. All right, with that, I want to welcome Kenyana David to the show. She is the owner of a business called 81Eighteen. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about her experiences as an entrepreneur in Buffalo and the Buffalo entrepreneurial scene. And we'll talk about her experience as an Open Buffalo emerging leader this past year. So welcome, Kenyana. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for inviting me, Sam.
So tell us a little bit about 81Eighteen. What is your business there?
So 81Eighteen is a strategy consulting firm. And I typically work with women-owned, service-based businesses that are business consulting firms. Mm-hmm. And I help them grow their business with courses and programs, or scale their businesses with systems and processes.
So you've been coming at the question of entrepreneurship from some different angles over the last 10 years. You were telling me you've sort of been in the entrepreneurial space for about 10 years now. Tell us a little bit about what that's like as a young woman in Buffalo. What is the entrepreneurial scene like? How could it be better? How is it improving so far? Tell us a little bit about your experiences there.
Okay, well, it's very different than it was a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo in and of itself now is an entrepreneur incubator. There's so many opportunities to start a business,
Mm-hmm.
to get support with operating your business. You have the colleges in the forefront. You have UB with the Center of Entrepreneur Leadership.
Mm-hmm.
You have Canisius College with the Women's Business Center. You have Buff State with the Small Business Development Center. There's a lot of support, and some of that support was available back then,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't in the forefront.
Yeah.
And a lot of entrepreneurs, in my opinion, were kind of left to figure it out
Yeah.
as far as finding support, finding
Mhm.
professional development opportunities. But now you have even 43 North, you have Ignite Buffalo,
Yeah.
you have programs like the CAO, the Community Action Organization, that offers small business development programs.
Mm-hmm.
You have the internet, so now you can get a lot of support right online,
Yeah.
even from local organizations like SCORE.
Mm-hmm.
SCORE has a lot of webinars. They have a lot of workshops. You can travel to Rochester. You can travel to
Mhm.
Syracuse. Those opportunities just weren't talked about then.
Yeah.
So a lot of entrepreneurs didn't know what to do, and we were all winging it.
Yeah.
We were all trying to figure it out. And
So you're seeing a healthier support system today for young entrepreneurs than we had in the past. So that's encouraging to hear. How is it navigating those systems as a woman? Is there still a fair amount of sexism in that space, or is it how are we doing on that score, would you say, particularly here in Western New York?
I think that it is, but I think that where the internet is now, and how you can use it creates more opportunities. So it's not a bottleneck anymore.
Yeah.
Now you can have a business similar to mine that's primarily online.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my clients, our consultations are on the phone, and they can be anywhere in the
Mm-hmm.
world.
Yeah.
10 years ago, there were some folks doing it, but it wasn't popular. It wasn't trending. It was still in that stage of, we don't know if it's going to work. It sounds weird.
Yeah.
So there is still some sexism, but then you have like the Women's Business Center,
Mm-hmm.
programs that are hosted by women for women.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very helpful in helping you navigate.
It's the Women's Business Center. Is that based out of Canisius College? Am I thinking of the right thing, or is that
Yes.
something different? Canisius.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm a member of the Women's Business Center, and they have a lot of programs, even to help you network.
Mm-hmm.
They have an e-network program. They have advisory programs. They also offer one-off workshops in areas that women just aren't super in.
Yeah.
Networking and sales is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
So if someone out there listening has an idea for a business, and they're sort of in that initial stage of, they've got a cool idea and they're kind of wondering, how do I make that into reality? Do you have some tips you can offer from your experience and your kind of studies and your knowledge of the local system as to what are some good resources or some good kind of first steps for someone who wants to become an entrepreneur?
Oh, sure. So the first step is to set some goals,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't ask the right questions if you don't know where you're trying to go. And then after that, get a accountability partner, get a mentor,
Mm.
and then check out the Women's Business Center, check out the Center of Entrepreneur Leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Go directly to those people, and don't be afraid to invest in your success.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing
Mm.
when you're first starting out. You don't want to spend too much money. You don't know if it's going to work,
Mm-hmm.
but you do have to spend some money to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
So not being afraid of professional development and the price tag with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you have some goals and you have a mentor and an accountability partner, and you're willing to invest in some of these programs, you'll be
Yeah.
successful.
So when you talk about investing in success, are you talking mainly about sort of career development opportunities, like training opportunities and things like that, or what are some of the other ways that a young entrepreneur has to invest in him or herself?
Well, definitely professional development, the trainings, the workshops, getting a coach or getting a consultant, being a part of paid programs that offer those opportunities, like an accountability partner, but then also being really sure of what your business needs and being okay with paying for it. If you need a website that has an e-commerce package, get a website with an e-commerce package. Don't cut corners. Don't, I'll grow into this or I'll grow into that.
Interesting.
You kind of have to be in the race already. You can't just start running. You have to already be running with everybody else. So you don't have to go out and spend $1 million, but definitely come up with some sort of budget that's reasonable, that can get you going. And then just build on that.
Now, you used a term a couple times that I have not heard before, so tell us what an accountability partner is.
So an accountability partner is someone that you tell your goals to, and they hold you accountable for achieving them. So I have accountability partners. I have like 3 or 4, and I'll tell them, you know what, this month I want to get 5 clients. And, in turn they'll say, well, Kenyana, how are you going to get 5 clients? And I say, I'm going to do these 6 things, and I'm going to do them by, the end of next month. And they'll call me every week and say, how far are you? Have you drafted this content? Have you created these graphics? Have you reached out to this person? How many clients do you have now? And, they make me responsible for my success.
Wow. So how do you choose your accountability partners? Who makes a good accountability partner?
Someone that is successful to you. And that doesn't have to be monetarily. That can be somebody that gets up every morning at 5 o'clock, and they
get stuff done.
Yeah, that can be somebody that will hold you accountable because they hold themselves accountable.
Right.
But they're not really hard to find, and just asking people, and not friends, not super close friends. Not friends,
okay.
No, not friends, because they'll let you slide.
Okay.
They'll say it's okay. You'll do better next week, as opposed to no. You know what? Get out of the bed. You don't need a nap right now. Just get it done.
Yeah, interesting. So. Wow, all right. That's some good advice. So tell us a little bit about, you've been in the Open Buffalo Emerging Leader Program this year. I think graduation is coming up.
Yeah, on the 8th.
On December 8th. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
It's been a really good experience. I've met a lot of really cool people that are doing things in the community that I just didn't even know existed. And that was from presenters to classmates. I really got to know my classmates. We did a lot of sharing, a lot of storytelling, a lot of just being vulnerable. And then also with Open Buffalo, it's given me an opportunity to broaden my base, to heighten my apex, in a sense of even PPG. I didn't know PPG existed. I just went to a workshop last week on getting media.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really cool. And that's an opportunity I wouldn't have known about had it not been for Open Buffalo.
Nice.
I've got an opportunity to support a lot of my classmates and things that they are doing or thinking about doing.
Yeah.
So it's been a really good experience.
Good. So if folks out there are interested, Open Buffalo runs an Emerging Leader program every year. I'm guessing applications are probably due fairly soon for next year, right? Do you happen to know? I don't know if I've heard.
Yeah,
probably, but check the Open Buffalo website, openbuffalo.org, to find out more about the Emerging Leader Program if you think you might be interested in a leadership development program like the one Kenyana's been going through. So Kenyana, I want to talk a little more about the Buffalo entrepreneurial culture. And Buffalo, the business establishment, clearly it's very white dominated, and I'm wondering, how are we doing kind of in the entrepreneurial zone of encouraging people of color as entrepreneurs, and what could we do better locally, and what are some of the additional supports or bridges that are needed so that we can have a really flourishing entrepreneurial climate for people of color in Buffalo?
That's a good question. So There are a lot of minorities interested in entrepreneurship. They do start. But right now, Buffalo has come a long way, but it has more getting your business started programs than they have keeping your business going programs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there is information to get you started. You go get a DBA, you get a bank account, you get an EIN number, and that's good to a certain point. But with entrepreneurship, there's always that bridge because that a lot of entrepreneurs can't cross. Finding that I in impact and income. They want to do good work, they want to give back to their communities, but they also want to make money.
Sure.
And they are full of talent, but not necessarily business know-how. So they can do a lot of things and do them really, really well, but if you don't know how to keep up with your numbers, if you don't know how to organize your business documents, if you don't know how to budget, you're going to fail. And we need more programs that meet entrepreneurs where they are and let them know, okay, these are your numbers. This is how you organize, and not put together a business plan, but how you keep it alive. How do you keep that good thing going? And it's really hard for entrepreneurs because a lot of them are talent based. Like, they have talent, they just business just it's a lot.
Let's talk a little bit about access to capital. One of the efforts we're involved with is the Buffalo Niagara Community Reinvestment Coalition, which aims to get banks to do a better job at serving and lending to low and moderate income people and people of color in the region. And one of the focal points for that is small business lending. And I'm curious if you have any experiences or insights you can share about the challenges of getting access to loans for small businesses or for entrepreneurial efforts. My sense of it is a lot of entrepreneurs are like starting their businesses with their personal credit cards, like that they're not getting bank loans to do that. Or I know we do have some micro loan programs locally, though, and I'm wondering if you have any experience or insights regarding sort of getting access to capital.
I don't have any direct experience with it, mainly because with a consulting firm, my overhead is really low. But I do partner with Tech Talks with Pathstone, which is a micro lender.
Did you say Tech Talks? Or
yes.
Not TED Talks, but Tech.
Yes,
Tech Talks. Yeah.
And those are just workshops to help entrepreneurs with getting online, getting their business online, creating payment systems, and earning money online. Of course.
That sounds like a good resource. So those are called Tech Talks. They're available online. What's the way for folks to learn more about those? Tech
Talks are partnership with Pathstones and the CAO on Fillmore. So they should be starting up again at the top of the year, but I don't know exact dates.
Okay, good to know. So folks can look at Pathstone and CAO, Community Action Organization, look at their social media and their websites and get more information about Tech Talks. That's something you've helped to put on or been a part of or participated in yourself?
Yes, so I'm one of three. It's a team of three of us, and I focus on the digital content. The others, one focuses on more web development, and the other focuses on branding online.
Oh, cool.
So we get together and we take turns doing these workshops.
Yeah. So can we get some free advice from you? So for people out there starting businesses or who have existing small businesses, what are some lessons regarding digital content that you would tend to share with folks?
Oh, wow. Okay. So I get excited with this part. It's an easy lift, and it costs the least amount of money because you can create an account with Canva and create a workbook, create some graphics, and then sell that workbook on your website for whatever it's worth. And it costs you nothing. and you can turn around and sell it for $25. And I think all businesses, no matter what industry, need digital content. And that can be a worksheet that you're giving away free to your customers and clients just to kind of help them do whatever it is that you're saying they can do on their own, to workbooks for the ones that, are do it yourself. I'm okay. To even hosting Facebook Lives, having classes and trainings on the stuff that digital content is definitely the way to go. Video, everything's moving video. And meeting people where they are and how they learn.
Yeah.
Every business can do it. And they can do it for little or no money.
Sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
Now, did you know at an early age that you wanted to be an entrepreneur, or how did you end up following this particular life path?
I didn't know I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I knew I was a creative. And being a creative caused some discomfort when I started getting jobs because I wanted to create something. I wanted to reinvent the wheel.
You didn't want to be a cog in the wheel. You wanted to make a new wheel.
Yeah, I say, we can do this, and it just wasn't a place for me to do that. And entrepreneurship is important too. You have entrepreneurs all over the place. I just didn't have jobs that allowed me to be an entrepreneur, so I was kind of a rebel. But I just wanted to be a creative more so than an entrepreneur.
So I think you've taught us another new word here, intrapreneur with an I instead of an E. Is that the word you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm kind of guessing, but tell us what an intrapreneur is.
So an entrepreneur is just a decision maker within a company. Your CEO may be an entrepreneur. Your managers, or even different levels, can be entrepreneurs. They innovate within their role, and they contribute to the company and the growth of the company. And that's an important role too. Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur and just create something new. Some people are just meant to better whatever's out there, and bring in some new ideas and bring in just some innovation, and that's okay too.
So you started off working within other companies and found that it wasn't as creative as the work you wanted to do?
Yeah, they never let me do what I wanted to do. No, I think some jobs are just not meant to do that.
Yeah.
There's no room for it.
So you struck out on your own?
Yeah, I tried. My first business wasn't super successful. It wasn't successful at all, let me be honest. It wasn't successful. But it showed me a few things.
Yeah.
And then the next one was better. And then the third one was much better.
Yeah.
And this one is best.
And that seems to be the tale of many, if not most, entrepreneurs, that an entrepreneur almost by definition is someone who knows how to learn from failure and is willing to take some risks and to try some things that don't work before landing on the thing that does.
Oh yeah, entrepreneurship is spaghetti on the wall. That's all you do. You just keep throwing spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, and that's how it works.
Did you have some special mentors along the way who you were able to find, or did you have to sort of make your own path and be your own mentor?
I didn't have mentors in the beginning, but I did have people that supported me. But honestly, in the beginning, I didn't have really defined goals, so they were supporting whatever I said I was going to do. Now I have mentors. In the last couple of years, I have mentors. I have coaches. I've hired coaches. I've hired people that are supers in their thing, that they can help me get where I'm trying to go. But I had to create some goals at some point for people to help me. So I didn't have them in the beginning, but I did have supporters. I did have people that believed that at some point I'm going to get it right, and they stood by me.
You're listening to The Public Good here on WUFO. Our guest today is Kenyana David. She's an entrepreneur. She's got a business called 81Eighteen, which is a Buffalo-based strategy consultancy that guides women-owned business consulting firms around the country, it sounds like. So you're someone who really could be anywhere in a way. Many of your clients are not in Buffalo. Are you going to stay in Buffalo? Do you like being here? Is this a good base for you?
I like Buffalo. I'm originally from South Carolina.
Okay.
so I can appreciate Buffalo. But I really like Buffalo. Buffalo is growing. There are a lot of opportunities that are coming along that just weren't there. And I think the older I get, the more opportunities I see too. But I like Buffalo.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. We need all the young entrepreneurs like you that we can get and keep this momentum going. Well, we are running low on time. I want to thank Kenyana David from 81Eighteen business consulting firm for being on the show today. Thanks so much, Kenyana.
Thank you.
And if you're interested in learning more about the Emerging Leader program that she is about to graduate from, check out openbuffalo.org or check out their social media and their digital content to learn more about the Emerging Leaders program. And I think, Kenyana, you mentioned that today is Giving Tuesday, and Open Buffalo is participating in that. So today is a very good day to donate money to Open Buffalo.
Yeah.
It gets matched. I think it's part of the thing with Giving Tuesday, or I don't know. There's something special about Giving Tuesday, right?
Yes. They can go right onto Open Buffalo's Facebook page, and Facebook and PayPal is partnering today to match up to $7 million. $7 million.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to give $7 million, but you can give what you can.
Every little bit helps. Great. So encourage folks to support Open Buffalo and the good work that they are doing here. Next week on The Public Good, we'll be talking with Paul Wolf. He's the president of the Buffalo Niagara Coalition for Open Government. They've been doing great things, making sure that our local government units practice the kind of open government that they are supposed to. That is next Tuesday. Tune into The Public Good every Tuesday at 7 p.m. here on Power 96.5 FM and Mix 1080 AM, and every Tuesday at 1 p.m. on Facebook Live. Thanks so much.